every single time. Introducing the new BF Goodrich All-Terrain KO3 tire. Legendary toughness made tougher. BF Goodrich, what are you building for?
The international race attracts drivers and off-road racing enthusiasts from all over the world.
Off-road racing is important to Baja Designs because, simply put, it tests the envelope and it clearly makes or breaks the progression aspect of what we do and why we do it. The racers out here are the 1% pushing it to its full potential. This is a proving ground for every aspect of lighting.
Alexander Ford, Yuma's best new vehicle dealer, is celebrating Black Friday all month with a 2025 Ford F-150 Crew Cab STX, just $40,749, save nearly $6,000. Or drive a Bronco Big Ben, just $43,999. A Bronco Sport, just $28,499. Or the final 25 Escapes, discounted nearly $8,000 to $26,999. See them all at BillAlexanderFord.com and ask about your $500 military rebate. Alexander Ford, a difference you can count on.
You guys didn't go to sleep on me already, right? Hopefully not, because it's only 10 o'clock here on the West Coast where the race is. If you guys are, in Australia, I don't know what time it is over there right now. Is it in the afternoon? Some of you guys are watching from Australia, I'm sure. What time is it in Australia? If you're on the East Coast, it's only 1 in the morning, and it's a Friday night, so you guys should still be up. But we are here for another Method Race Wheels Fishgistics live update of the Baja 1000. All of our updates today presented by Fox Racing Shocks, along with all these other cool sponsors. 50th year of BFG, by the way, supporting Baja Racing and Score. So there we go. All right, let's check it out. What do we got going on? Let's go look over at the leaderboard. We are, 4 in the afternoon. I knew it wouldn't take you guys very long. There's always somebody watching from over there, down under. So 4 in the afternoon. You guys are just 4:30 in Southern Australia. Perfect. See, wait, 4:30. How is it a half an hour? Do you guys have half an hour time differences over there? I thought it was only an hour. That's pretty funny. I didn't know there was half an hour time changes, time zones. I thought they were all an hour. Whatever. All right. Here's what's going on. We have a race up front. It's pretty much the same guys that we saw earlier. We're going to go over to the Racing Redefined app and check it out because this one was showing us a little bit more quality updates. And as soon as I say that, I think I jinxed it. And now it's not. So what's going on there? Luke McMillan. Oh man, this thing is all over the place here. All right. We are probably not going to look at the, hold on a second here. What just happened over here? This is showing the 83 over there. All right. We're going to refresh. We'll try to get Racing Redefined to work again. See, I jinxed it. I was just about to say this thing's been working really good all day. And then I come over here to the app and it's off a little bit. All right. Well, we'll come back in a bit. Let's go to the Score app. Christopher Polvardi, 94. That is Bryce Menzies. He's almost back down to where the Sportsman cutoff came. Now, check this out. They literally have to pass the same Sportsman vehicles twice, 2 times. So see these guys like the 258? He had just come across the Sportsman cut, but Bryce already passed him when he was going north, like when he was back down, below here. But then they got right here, and the Sportsmen get to go left across the blue line while the trucks have to go all the way around. So then they catch back up and they're behind the same bikes that they passed a little earlier. So kind of weird how the Sportsman cut is working this year. It's actually putting people back in front of the bikes. I mean, I guess it's always going to happen kind of depending on where it is, but it's just funny because they just passed some of these guys and now they're passing them again. Honestly, they're not going to have any idea because every bike looks the same when you're passing a bike. You don't know what number it is. You're not going to remember that you already passed that bike, but it is just kind of funny watching this. So 94, Bryce Menzies is in first. In second, we have Toby Price. And then in third, we have Alan Impudia. Those are all good updates right there. It did just update pretty well. So that is a look there. Now, let me hold on a second here. Let me get you guys another update. Stand by. Stand by, stand by. All right. That is the leaders. Behind them, we have Luke McMillan. Now, this has been super fun. You guys want to see Watch Party? Go to watchparty.cc. That's what this is. That's where we're watching all these guys all night. Now, Luke McMillan, I'm going to pop his out here, make it full screen for a minute. This has been awesome. I mean, listen to this.
Stay left straight through. Stay left straight through. Right? Tight right four, stay on the side. Left 5 airplane.
That is Jason Duncan there talking to Luke McMillan. Luke McMillan has been pushing hard, very, very hard. He has some really good lines through here, too. It's been fun to watch and see these guys try to catch back up. They had a drive shaft earlier issue when Rob Mack was in the truck. When Rob Mack came in the pit, if you didn't join us earlier, when Rob got out and Luke got in, they had to change the rear drive shaft. They had some issues changing it, and it took a really long time. I want to say it was like 10 minutes or something. It seemed like that they were in the pit. So they definitely lost a lot of time in the pit, but they've been trying to make it back up. And like I've been saying the whole time, this race is never over until it's over. The 83 has definitely made some time back, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. We still have about, let's see, what mile are they at? They're at 709. We have 150 miles to go. So we still have a few hours, probably about 3 hours to go until our first car finishes, which actually that's only going to be about 1 o'clock in the morning. We could see a finisher pretty early in this race, actually. Alan dropped off. He stopped in the pit for a little while. He's having steering issues. And then he had some light issues earlier, but if we go back over it, let's go look at Alan's video now. It looks like his light issues kind of fixed themselves. So here's Alan's, and check out his lights. They all look like they're working now. Earlier, they were flickering and they were doing all kinds of weird stuff. So I don't know if they were messing with him. I don't know why they would have been, because he definitely had some issues. But they've either fixed themselves or they have gone off the truck and they're using different ones. But he can see pretty good. I mean, looking at that video right there, he's got his roof bar is working, and he definitely has some bumper lights working as well. You can see down below, it looks like. So Impudia has some lights again, but he does have power steering issues. So he's having some kind of steering issue that could definitely be affecting how fast he's able to run here. So you can see we got some server issues too, because a few of these cameras just went off. So Luke McMillan's camera just went off, of course, because we were showing it. But they'll be back in a minute. So that's what's going on in the front. The question is, can anybody catch Bryce Menzies right now, who's in the 94? And it is Toby Price in the 46, and it is Alan in the 1 because he's trying to do the whole thing. So that's a look at the front. And then in 5th place is Robbie Gordon in the number 5, which is actually Max Gordon driving. So definitely, let's see, they say give it a minute. It'll stop. Menzies stopped in pit row. Perfect. All right, so Menzies is stopped. This is going to be some pits right here when you come across, and then he's going to get going again. So let's wait and see. Yeah, that hasn't updated for a little while. So he's actually probably up here when it updates. The Racing Redefined app, let's see if that one fixed itself yet. No, it doesn't look like it either. So hopefully that one fixes itself soon. Let's see, can we trust these? Yeah, this looks pretty good. So at mile 675, it looks like Christopher Polvardi had a 1 minute and 54 second corrected time lead over Toby Price, and he had a 9.5 minute lead over Impudia. He had a 16.5 minute lead over Luke, and then he had a 26 minute lead over Robbie. So we're definitely spreading out after first and second now. I mean, we were within seconds all day between the top 4 cars. It was crazy. So Christopher Polvardi, it's basically him and Toby Price at this point. It really is. Alan's not going to make up 9 minutes unless one of them has a problem. Luke is not going to make up 16 minutes unless they have problems. But you never know. A flat tire, anything can happen. A couple flats, you never know. The race is never over. Let's go look at some of the guys behind them, though, and see what's happening behind them. Class 1, we already looked at earlier. It's the one... Brendan Gaughan is way out front. The 162, you can see right there. They're the only one still moving, actually, right now. That's sitting around the northern half. The 168, it looks like they're out of the race, maybe. They're headed back to the highway. They've been broken for hours. They're going the wrong way. So I'm going to assume that the 168 is out of the race unless they try to fix it and go back in. But they're headed to the highway right now. Brad Wilson, they're moving again, but they were down earlier. They had a hub failure in a really bad spot, so it took them a long time to get there. And we'll see what happens with them. But they are moving again, so that's good at least. So that's your class 1 update. Your spec class, hold on. We got to scroll back up. Trophy truck spec. All right, spec class update. We got to scroll up because they are up towards the top. 282, Brent Fox is your leader. He's gaining on Justin Davis, but Justin Davis hasn't updated in 5 minutes. He also had to stop and add some oil or check the oil earlier. So a little bit of concern for Justin Davis's engine earlier. Mike Mersal has now made up some time and is in 3rd place once Davis updates. And then Jack Olagus, his hasn't updated for 17 minutes. So a bunch of these trackers are failing right now at this northern eastern end of the course. I don't know. That might have something to do with the satellites. There might not be good updates up there right now because a lot of these guys' trackers aren't working in the same area. There you go. Luke McMillan's camera's back on. So perfect. He's still moving. I just wanted to make sure he was still going real quick. Let's go look at, hold on, I'm going to move this out of the way. Let's look at Pro UTV Open because this is a good race. Pro UTV Open. We have the SCI cars running 1 and 2, and they still are. So we got Max Eddy Jr. and Caden McCachran. It looks like Caden McCachran was able to get around Max Eddy's car. Max Eddy's car is being driven by Dylan Smoke right now. So he is in 2nd. Caden McCachran is driving his own car right now. Ethan Groom drove that thing earlier. So it is Caden versus Dylan right now. Teammates running 1 and 2. Then we got Brandon Sims in 3rd. Ronnie Anderson 5 minutes back. That's actually RJ Anderson in there right now. So I believe RJ is driving that car. Going to be in 4th. Michael McFadden is in 5th. All right, that is that. Let's see. What else are you guys saying here? Looking. Nobody ever asked how Fish is doing. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, Mark. Thanks for asking. I'm drinking water currently, but we're gonna have to switch to coffee in a little bit, I think, and then maybe a monster sooner than later. The fact that I think the race is going to be over around 1 o'clock makes me feel a lot better. I mean, we're still going to be up a ways after that because we do keep you guys updated in a lot of these other classes. We're at least going to keep doing updates until the Pro UTVs finish for our hourly updates. We'll at least do it through there. So we'll cover the overall finisher. We'll cover your 2-wheel drive finisher. We'll get your spec finisher, and we'll get your UTV open finisher, which will also probably be your overall finisher. So we'll cover all those. Brock Eager, he's going again right here. Brock is out, and Justin Morgan is in Brock's car now. So Brock is done for the day in the 1896. He had a couple issues earlier. He lost the steering rack early in the race. They got it changed in 26 minutes, which if you guys know anything about a Pro R is amazing. I mean, it usually takes hours to change a steering rack in those things. It's not fun. It's one of the hardest things to change in the car. But they got it changed real quick at the BFG pit. And then Brock actually ended up on his lid, which I don't remember the last time that happened to Brock. That was yeah, he hasn't crashed in a long time. So Brock did have a little boo-boo earlier. They were upside down for a little bit. He got it going again and handed it off to Justin Morgan, but it just proves that Brock is human because we were starting to wonder for a little while there that streak he was on. It was insane. I mean, just insane, the streak that he was on. And that's why it was insane, because this is usually what happens during a race to everybody. There's little issues. You break apart, you have a boo-boo, you do something. It was just insane that he went so long without having either of those happen. Ian Kennedy having a good run here. So Ian's out of the car. I think that Jake was in it earlier, and then now this is probably going to be Thomas is in there now. I think Thomas Purcell is their last driver, and he was going to do the San Felipe section. So this is most likely Thomas Purcell. If it's not yet, then it's going to be when he gets to the top up there. I forget exactly what mile Thomas was getting in at. Paul Barnhart behind them. And then Justin Morgan's car is back over here. This was Joe Tirana was driving this car, the 1831 earlier. He got out, and JD Marsh is in that car now. So JD Marsh, or he's going to be getting in that car. JD Marsh is going to be driving the 1831. That is your Pro UTV Open. Now let's go look at Blurton. Yeah, we got to look at the fuel in forced injection class. One of these days we're going to call it, the right thing from the start. There he is, first place. Don't look up. Don't mind up here. This guy is not in first place. He is on the highway, so that car is not in the race. First place is Phil Blorton right here. So Phil Blurton, oh, we got some competition. Look at these guys. They're catching up to Phil a little bit. He might have lost a little bit of time. We got Nicholas is right on Caden Wells. So Caden Wells and Nicholas are having a really good race for second and third position there. So good to see a good race there. Now, where are they in the overall? Let's look. Blurton is 522, and the lead open is at 563. So he's still 40 miles behind him. 40 miles behind. They did start a ways back, but he's not winning the overall now. He was 18 minutes down corrected time on the overall last hour when we updated. So I'll say he's probably about the same. If anything, maybe he changed 1 minute or something, but he hasn't really made up any time on that yet. So that's what's going on there. All right, what other class? Hold on, let me move this thing, see what other classes we got here for you guys. UTV NA, we can go check on NA. We didn't check on them for a couple hours. We got the 1900 Ricardo Torres, first big huge lead over the 1919. Eva Star was trying to do the whole race herself, but we did hear, unfortunately, she had to get out of the car. We were told earlier after some contact with another car, so she'll have to come back next year and try to solo it again if she wants to do it again next year. Hopefully she comes back. I don't know what the contact with the other car was all about, but that's a bit of a bummer. Pro Stock UTV, there's 17 of these things. This is a big class. This is actually one of the biggest classes out here, Pro Stock UTV. 17 of them. That's more than in the open class. There's only 15 in the open class. And in the fuel injection class, there's 26. The forced induction class, just call it fucking turbo so I don't have to see FI every time and always get confused. So FI is usually fuel injection, right? It's not forced induction. Like, who says FI? FI has always been fuel injection, like EFI, electronic fuel injection. So when you see FI, it should be fuel injection. Anyways, Francisco Beltran in the 3921 is out front, and then Kevin Clyde, the 3969 is second. Antonio Mendez is going to be third, and then Sergio Rangal is going to be fourth. So that is what's going on in the stock class, pro stock class, UTV pro stock. Class 1600, we got to scoot back down a bit. Daniel Goodrich, he's been leading every time we've checked this, pretty much the whole race. 1600, 1632, Paulino second, Jose in third, 1648, John Paul, who's trying to Ironman because he is the only one in the car. By the way, did you guys see that story that we just posted a few minutes ago? It was an interview with Jerry Zayden interviewing Ivan Ironman Stewart, and he asked Ironman Stewart, Ivan, what the actual rule was or how someone should be called an Ironman. If someone's in the car and they have a co-driver next to them, are they called an Ironman? And Ivan said, no, they are not, because you are not by yourself. You have someone to help you change a tire. You have someone to pick a cactus out of your hand. You have someone there navigating for you. It is not an Ironman. So the discussion is over. There is no more discussion. Unless you are the only person in the vehicle, it is not called an Ironman. It is called soloing. So there you go. You heard it from the man himself. Go look at my stories if you don't believe me. You can see it's on there. It's one of the about 5,000 story posts that we've shared today. But that settles the debate. There is no more debate. The debate is over. It is ended. Let's see, what other class do we have here? Class 10. Yeah, class 10's got a few. We got to scroll back up. Stan Potter, he's been in the lead most of the day when we checked it. Ivan Duran is going to be second. Elliot Watson is third. And Carlos is going to be fourth in the 10-20. So that is that. Still, as long as you might see Luke's pass on Allen. Are they getting close? We'll see. What else? Well, Fish, will you be covering KOH 2026? I will. I will be there for the Desert Race weekend. I will be there for UTV qualifying for the UTV Rock Race, and I will be there for the UTV Rock Race as well. I will be doing the commentary for all those. So you guys have to listen to me. You get stuck listening to me for all those races. I'm sorry. Don't worry, I'm not going to do the big rock race because I don't know those guys. I don't want to do that. I don't want to talk about people that I don't know. So I'll be at home watching that. Anyways, just wanted to answer your guys' question from the chat there. Yes, I will be at KOH. Pro Moto Ironman. Let's go check on our bike guys. All right, Larry still out front. Eric still in second. And where is our boy on the 1980 125? Of course, he is still moving. Look at Gregory go. He is at mile 484. He has passed the halfway point of this race. Awesome. That is awesome. So 776, the 1980 Honda XLS 125 being ridden by Gregory, has completed half the race and is looking good. So he's on pace. He should be finished in plenty of time if he keeps up the pace that he's currently on. Speaking of pace, let's go look at one of the fastest classes out here. That's going to be class 11. We got to scroll back to the beach side, the Pacific side. The 1103 is moving 21 miles an hour. Like I said, one of the fastest classes out here, 21.8 miles an hour and 22.9 miles an hour. The 1111 Eric Sloronzo is still moving. So very good news for those. If we scroll back up, are the other guys moving? Oh, hold on, it just disappeared. No. So these other guys, I don't know. I'm not feeling so good about their chances. The 1128. The other guy, he said I'm out. So Arthur, he went back to town. He's had enough. He will fight Baja another day. But we have two that I'm feeling pretty good about: the 1103 and the 1111. We know the 1111 is going to finish, just if he finishes in the time or not, because they always finish. Those guys always finish. I'm not familiar with the 1103 as much. I don't recognize that name as much. They may have raced down here a few times, but I don't recognize the name as much. Everybody knows Eric's name in class 11. All right, what else do you guys want to see? Two-wheel drive TT. Yep. All right, we go look at them. It's pretty much it's kind of a boring race between. There's only two. It's Cameron and the 82, and Cameron has to pass the 82, and I don't think it's really going to happen unless the 82 has problems. But he is kind of close to him. You can see. So the 82 may have slowed down a bit. Cameron's got to be back in the car by now. I forgot what race model he's getting back in, but he's definitely back in the car, I think. So Cameron probably back in the 16T is going to push hard. He's 2 minutes ago. He's catching up a little bit. They're both 2 minutes ago. So 6:52 and 6:41. 11 miles. I don't really know if Cameron's going to make up 11 miles unless the 82T has a problem. You never know. Remember, he has to catch the 82T and then he has to beat him by 3 minutes in order to, he has to finish 3 minutes in front of him in order to get the win in the class. So it's looking pretty good for the 82T. They still have 200 miles to go, though. So that's like a San Felipe race, just about. So anything can happen right there. What else? You guys saying, how is stock full doing? I don't know. The stock fulls are hard to keep track of because there's only a couple of them, but we can go look. Let's look at the stock midsize first, just because Von Gitten's in there, and let's go check on him. Well, what happened here? We are all over the place. All right. Hope you guys took your Dramamine. All right, Von Gittin Jr. is at 0 miles an hour. That is a bummer. They're at the road, so that's good at least. They're probably in a pit trying to fix it. And then the 773 is at 0 miles an hour too. So not a good showing for the stock midsize so far. Stock full size, let's go check on them. We got a decent race, so check it out. We got Brad Levels at 0 miles an hour, and look who's coming up behind him. We got Tomonori. Is that right? Is it Tomonori? Something like that. Tomonori Noto is coming up behind him. Is that the Lexus, the 8188? Let's see. Somebody asked for it earlier. Somebody tell me, is this the Lexus? I'm pretty sure it is. I think the Lexus is catching the Raptor here. So Brad Lovell is at 0 miles an hour 15 minutes ago. That's not a very good update, but he was at 0. So there we go. He's moving. All right. So he just passed 350. That's why you always got to refresh a couple times. So he is going again. So Brad Lovell is there. And then here. Oh, somebody said Luke's on his ass. Hold on. Okay, hold on. We're tuning back in. Let's turn the audio on. This is going to be Luke McMillan running down Alan Impudia.
To right of the pole. Pole left.
And that is the Lexus. Thanks for the confirmation, guys.
Tightens narrow ledges. You got? You're good. Probably Allen. Good with ski motor and airplane, little twisty.
All right, so this is Luke McMillan running down Alan Impudia. Alan Impudia does have steering problems. We confirmed that earlier. Here we go. I see lights.
Big rock on the right, Slate tightens.
Oh. Okay, that was actually pretty nice, Alan, right there. Alan moved over for him. So Alan moved over, pretty cool to let Luke go by. Alan obviously knows he's got a problem right now. Alan's trying to win the championship. He just has to finish to win the championship. He probably realizes that the win is out of his reach at this point, unless these other guys have a problem. Because Alan has a problem. He's just trying to get to the finish at this point. Like I said, he's going to secure that championship with just making a finish, just getting a finish. So cool to see Alan pull over there for Luke. He knew he was coming fast, and he let him go by. So yeah, pretty good, good respect move there. Classy move by Alan and Pudia. The Impudia family is always classy though, so good job to them. But that's Luke McMillan. You just saw it there live. He just put a pass on Alan Impudia, not under full speed. You know, Alan's got a problem, so it's always good when you pass somebody. It is always fun when you pass somebody when they're moving though. It's always a little bit cooler because you know you got by them when they're moving. So now the new running order is going to be the 94. Bryce Menzies is going to be first. Second is going to be Toby Price driving second, and then third is going to be Luke McMillan now. So Luke McMillan into the podium spot. Alan Impudia is going to be fourth, and then Robbie Gordon is going to be fifth. So that is your new running order for the front of the pack. And yeah, that's your top five. There's really no one else that's even close. Tavo's, good to see they got the truck out of there. They had a crash earlier. Jason McNeil was driving. They had a crash. They're both okay, but they got the truck up to the highway, it looks like, so that's good. In sixth is Kevin Thompson and Harley Lettner. They're having a good run. Kevin had a really good qualifying run. He's actually one of the drivers that listened to what we were saying about how to take a corner, and he came around the corner just like we told him to do after watching everybody, and he was the fastest through the corner all day. So you always got to watch when you're qualifying. Pay attention, watch the live stream, and get some tips from the people that are going in front of you and see what to do, and more importantly, what not to do out on the qualifying course. All right, that's it. That's it for this update. I got to go do some other stuff. Don't worry, we will be here all night long. Hopefully you guys will too. We got a lot of you guys still here. The numbers dropping a little bit as they normally do in the night, but they usually stay pretty strong until we have our first finisher. And you guys are going to want to hang on because, I mean, look at that. That is pretty damn close. That is for the race lead right there between Christopher Polvardi entry with Bryce Menzies driving and Toby Price, Paul Wheel with Toby Price behind the 46. This is anyone's race right now. One way or the other. You know, the last couple races, the 46 have had some bad luck at the end. Maybe it's their time to have some good luck. I don't know. We'll see. Bryce Menzies is a little bit fresher in the truck than Toby is. Toby was in the truck sooner than Bryce was. I think Toby was back in around mile like 300. So Toby's been in it for a long time. Bryce got in, what do we see him in San Felipe, around like 500 or something, 4 something. So a little bit fresher. We'll see. That's a look at your race. Come back here at 11 p.m. and we will get you guys your next Fishgistics update. Until then, I would highly suggest going over to watchparty.cc, loading some of your favorite in-car cameras on here, see who's running through the night, and basically get your Sunday ticket on right here. See you guys.